Welcome to This Week in Astrology. This is episode number 665 for December 16 through 31, 2024. Jupiter square Saturn again, and a challenging winter solstice chart highlight the second half of December. We also have a Capricorn New Moon, Chiron turning direct, and lots of aspect patterns, including 3 with Vesta, focusing on selfless service to a higher cause. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm your host, Benjamin Bernstein. I record these forecasts as an audio podcast and a video, so take your pick. The video version includes detailed chart graphics, which you can also see in my written forecasts at astroshaman.com. Be sure to subscribe to This Week in Astrology, and if you haven't already, be sure to click the link in the show notes for 2 chances to win a free Astrology Plus session with me each month. In fact, I announce our December winner during this episode. Keep your ears peeled if you've entered. And look for timestamps in the show notes so you can jump right to the day you want. As of December 16, the moon is waning. We have 3 retrograde planets, including Mars through February 23rd, and 4 continuing aspect patterns. See details and links to all this in the show notes. All right, let's get into it. Monday, December 16. The second half of December kicks off with 3 aspect patterns, 2 new and 1 continuing. Vesta is the asteroid goddess of selfless service to a worthy cause. Amazingly, she is in 3 overlapping aspect patterns. The first starts today on December 16, a finger of God, formerly called a Yod, Y-O-D, with Vesta, Uranus, and Neptune. It peaks on December 23rd and ends on the 30th. The other 2 Vestal aspect patterns start on December 20th. A Vesta Jupiter-Pluto Thor's hammer peaks on January 1st and ends on the 9th, and a Mars Vesta Pluto T-square peaks on January 4th and ends on the 17th. To simplify this, Vesta is catalyzed by all 3 aspect patterns, December 20th through the 30th, and she's led up by at least 1 aspect pattern, December 16 through January 17. So, Vesta is supercharged by aspect patterns that include all 3 outer planets, Jupiter and Mars. It could feel overwhelming to analyze the specific effects of all 5 planets on Vesta. Instead, let's consider this extraordinary infusion of planetary energies as a single massive force energizing her philanthropic theme. The 3 aspect patterns that include Vesta, Yod, Thor's hammer, and T-square can be challenging. Are you feeling internal resistance to selflessly serving a worthy cause? Are you no longer in alignment with the cause you've been supporting? Do you want to offer extra support to a cause you're devoted to because it's being challenged and needs extra support? All this is happening during the holiday season when giving to others is top of mind. You can use these Vesta aspect patterns to fine-tune your charitable contributions of time, resources, and energy so they do the greatest good. Also, on Monday, December 16, the quality of your committed partnerships can become more clear as a new finger of God, or Yod, begins. This Yod flows the energies of Jupiter and Chiron to the asteroid goddess Juno. It starts today on December 16, peaks on the 23rd, and ends on the 29th. Juno, mythological wife of Zeus, represents committed partnership, but her meaning is not limited to romance. Any committed partnership, be it personal, business, or otherwise, can fall under her domain. Chiron, the wounded healer, could introduce challenge. If so, it's only to alert you to possible areas of improvement in that committed partnership. This might involve expansion, healing, or release. Jupiter, our solar system's biggest gas giant, can expand your perspective on a relationship. This can help you perceive its nuances more clearly. With Jupiter in diversity-loving Gemini, do you have a sufficient variety of relationships to meet your needs? Many people unreasonably expect their romantic partner to meet all their emotional needs. Could some be better fulfilled by close friends in ways that are in full integrity with your primary relationship? A Yod contains 2 150-degree quincunxes. A quincunx is the aspect of adjustment. What adjustments would be best for any committed partnerships that need your attention? By the way, to read my brief post on dealing with the 3 relationship buckets, click the link in the show notes. Finally, on Monday, December 16, we have the 3rd and final aspect pattern starting today. Mercury, already the star of a long-lasting T-square, steps into the spotlight again as the focal point of an envelope. This harmonious aspect pattern features Mercury, Mars, Pluto, and the lunar nodes. It started on December 10th, peaks today on the 16th, and ends on the 21st. Mars and Pluto potently energize Mercury's natal meanings: learning, teaching, writing, and communication. Mercury is in Sagittarius, the sign of publishing and broadcasting. The lunar nodes encourage you to do this in alignment with your life purpose. And with most of the planets in a fire sign grand trine, you'll have plenty of enthusiasm to get the word out. On Thursday, December 19th, what's the biggest room in the world? Room for improvement. Apply that idea to your relationships as a new T-square with Venus, Juno, and Uranus kicks off. It starts today on December 19, peaks on December 25th, and ends on January 2nd. Venus rules all important relationships. These could include spouse, lover, friend, family, business associate, or open enemy. Venus is in Aquarius, the sign of paradigm shift and unconventional thinking. Juno, already the focus of a finger of God that started yesterday, rules committed partnership. She's in Scorpio, the sign of life-altering transformation. One of Scorpio's images is a caterpillar transforming into a breathtaking butterfly. The final corner of this T-square is Uranus. Like Aquarius, it rules paradigm shift and unconventional thinking. In this aspect pattern, Uranus and Aquarius encourage you to brainstorm with your partner to craft a bespoke relationship. Rather than defaulting to conventional expectations, create a framework that uniquely fits your needs and desires. A T-square can bring challenge when it serves your highest good. If challenge arises in a relationship, consider it an alert from your higher self that something about it needs your attention. Not sure what to do? Once again, my post on evaluating relationships, linked in the show notes, might prove helpful. Also on Thursday, December 19th, with two new aspect patterns possibly bringing relationship challenge, I've already talked about the Yod and T-square, it's nice to have harmonious energy in the mix. Today's Venus-Jupiter trine, Venus 15 Aquarius, Jupiter 15 Gemini, creates easy flowing connection between the planet of relationship, Venus, and the ruler of luck and abundance, Jupiter. This won't neutralize the more challenging effects of the aspect patterns, but it could make them easier to negotiate. This soft aspect can also bring flowing, expansive support to your creativity and finances. With Venus in Aquarius, think outside the box. On Friday, December 20th, two Vesta-focused aspect patterns begin today, a T-square with Mars, Vesta, and Pluto, as well as a Thor's hammer with Vesta, Jupiter, and Pluto. I already interpreted these at the top of the show. On Saturday, December 21st, the Sun enters Capricorn at 4:21 a.m. EST, marking the Winter Solstice. For the next month, you can embrace greater maturity, responsibility, and productivity. Capricorn energy empowers you to master time management, effectively plan the work and work the plan, and achieve your long-term goals. Seasonal charts like this give a broad brush vibe for the next 3 months. The Winter Solstice chart contains 8 hard aspect patterns and 2 harmonious ones. This suggests that we'll face our share of challenges. When skillfully met, challenge serves as a potent springboard for healing and growth. I've repeatedly witnessed how, for most people, healing is the fastest accelerator of spiritual awakening. Most of us did not come to Earth for vacation lifetimes. We came to evolve, grow, and serve. So face your challenges courageously. If you already have effective healing techniques, use them. Or try my free healing invocation, which has helped thousands heal trauma with surprising ease and speed. That's linked in the show notes, or you can simply go to astroshaman.com/invocations. Let's talk about those hard aspect patterns. There's a T-square with Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn, and there's a grand cross with all those planets plus the moon. I'll interpret the Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn T-square in the December 26th segment of this episode. Adding the Virgo moon expands this aspect pattern to a moon, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn grand cross. This can add emotional intensity to fire up your mental activities. The moon's placement in Virgo can help you be even more precise and analytical. Next up is a T-square with the Sun, Neptune, and the lunar nodes. Shine your life purpose out to the world in practical ways, guided by the flow of intuitive guidance. The Capricorn Sun square Neptune empowers law of attraction manifestation, that's linked in the show notes, embodied awakening, also linked, and conscious dissolution. 3 Vesta aspect patterns. I interpreted the 3 aspect patterns that include Vesta at the top of the show. As you may recall, they relate to selfless service to a higher cause and include the following: a Yod with Vesta, Uranus, and Neptune, a T-square with Mars, Vesta, and Pluto, and a Thor's hammer with Vesta, Jupiter, and Pluto. Then there's 2 hard aspect patterns that focus on relationships. There's a Yod with Juno, Jupiter, and Chiron, and a T-square with Venus, Juno, and Uranus. I interpreted both these aspect patterns earlier in this episode. What about the soft aspect patterns? There are a couple of those. There's a mystic rectangle with Mars, Pluto, and the lunar nodes. These let you take assertive, potent action in alignment with your life purpose. Make your mark as a warrior, leader, sexual being, or pioneer. Merge with your lover's light body to enjoy the enhanced ecstasy of sacred sex. There's also a kite with Mercury, Mars, Ceres, and the North Node. Communicate assertively and in alignment with your life purpose to experience amplified trauma healing and abundance. And wait, there's a third one. The Uranus, Neptune, Pluto mini grand trine, this decade's most important astrology event, no kidding, continues through September 6, 2029. Click the link in the show notes to learn more, or go to astroshaman.com/special. The winter solstice chart also has some individual aspects. What about Venus trine Jupiter, which I interpreted earlier in this episode? We've also got a couple of quintiles. Mars quintile Uranus. A quintile, by the way, is a magical 72-degree aspect, covers 1/5 of the circle. Mars quintile Uranus lets your actions be magically guided by your intuitive hits. And Jupiter quintile the North Node can give you extraordinary support for boldly venturing into life in alignment with your life purpose. There's some trines. Juno trine Saturn can give your committed partnerships more productivity and stability. Finally, Mercury trine Mars fires up your learning and communication. Boy, there's so much you can do with this winter solstice chart. I will have the rest of the forecast, including Jupiter square Saturn, Chiron turning direct, and that Capricorn new moon right after this message. Did you know that you have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to transform your life with an auspicious Gods of Change astrology alignment? There's a very good chance that the most auspicious window of opportunity of your entire life is opening right now, thanks to an extremely rare alignment of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Click the link in the show notes to learn more, or go to astroshaman.com/special. Back to the forecast. On Monday, December 23rd, 2 Yods started on December 16, and they both peaked today on December 23rd. The Juno-Jupiter-Chiron Yod continues through December 29th, while the Vesta-Uranus-Neptune Yod perseveres through December 30th. On Tuesday, December 24th, expand or contract. See the glass as half full or half empty. Dance in ecstatic celebration, or top off your emergency supplies. With Jupiter square Saturn, Jupiter 14 Gemini, Saturn 14 Pisces, on Christmas Eve, you might be pulled in both directions. Jupiter and Saturn came into orb, which means they began to influence each other, on July 6th and made their first exact square on August 19th. Because Jupiter turned retrograde on October 9th with the square still in orb, this aspect's influence lasts an unusually long time, nearly 13 months in total. The second exact Jupiter-Saturn square happens today on December 24th, while the final square will be on June 15 of 2025. This aspect's influence will finally end on July 31st of 2025. This will give you plenty of time to make the most of its opportunities. Be flexible. Sometimes Jupiter, the planet of expansion, optimism, and celebration, will lead. Jupiter may also invite you to focus on philosophy, religion, and foreign travel or influences. At other times, heed Saturn, who embodies seriousness, maturity, boundaries, and limitation. He may call for you to focus on your goals, plan your work and work your plan, and keep your nose to the grindstone. The signs of the social planets add other life-affirming potentials. Jupiter's in Gemini, while Saturn is in Pisces. This supports intuitively inspired thinking and communication, as well as enhanced law of attraction juju. It will be easier to brainstorm to achieve practical outcomes, and you can balance blissfully productive periods in the zone with downtime for playful celebration. This, by the way, is the waxing square of the Great Conjunction of 2020. This marks the first major turning point of that momentous Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, one of this decade's most important influences. To learn how to make the best use of this great conjunction cycle, click the link in the show notes. On Wednesday, December 25th, the Venus-Juno-Uranus T-square that started on December 19 peaks today on the 25th and ends on January 2nd. May your paradigm-shifted relationships help you enjoy a very Merry Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. On Thursday, December 26th, Mercury, the fleet-footed messenger of the gods, usually dashes through the zodiac. So it's rare to see an extended Mercury aspect pattern like this one lasting nearly 2 months. This Mercury-Jupiter-Saturn T-square entered its zone of influence on November 9th. This challenging aspect pattern first peaked on November 15th. This T-square peaked again on December 5th as Mercury went retrograde, and now with Mercury direct, this T-square's final peak is today on December 26th. Its waning influence continues through January 3rd. A catalyst for knowledge and wisdom. Jupiter and Saturn provide a dynamic balance of expansion and focus, fostering your intellectual pursuits. With Mercury, the planet of communication and intellect in Sagittarius, a sign ruled by expansive Jupiter, your drive to learn, teach, write, and share ideas can be amplified. A time to share your wisdom. This transit is perfect for broadcasting your message to the world. Jupiter's influence makes it easier to publish your work, spread your ideas, and inspire others. Whether you're a writer, teacher, or spiritual guide, now could be the moment to step into the spotlight. Embrace the challenge, ignite the change. Though a T-square can be challenging, it can also spark growth and transformation. Embrace new ideas, question your beliefs, and challenge the status quo. Breakthrough thinkers often face initial resistance, but by staying true to your vision, you might find that it eventually gains acceptance. Also, on Thursday, December 26th, today's Mercury-Jupiter opposition, Mercury 14 Sagittarius, Jupiter 14 Gemini, is part of the Mercury-Jupiter-Saturn T-square I just interpreted. Revisit that to understand this aspect in that larger context. The only point I do want to add here is that Mercury and Jupiter are in mutual reception. This means they're each in a sign the other planet rules. To be specific, Mercury is in Sagittarius, a sign ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is in Gemini, a sign ruled by Mercury. Mutual reception boosts the power of planetary connections. This makes the Mercury-Jupiter passion for learning and communication even stronger. On Friday, December 27th, today's Mercury-Saturn square, Mercury 14 Sagittarius, Saturn 14 Pisces, is part of the Mercury-Jupiter-Saturn T-square that peaked on the 26th. I interpreted that for you just a moment ago. On Saturday, December 28th, today's Venus-Uranus square, Venus 24 Aquarius, Uranus 24 Taurus, is part of the Venus-Juno-Uranus T-square that started on December 19th. And in this episode, I've already talked about this square's relational possibilities in that larger context. In addition, this aspect can help you turn a corner in your creativity or finances. Uranus and Venus's placement in Aquarius encourage you to follow your intuitive hits and experiment with new approaches. On Sunday, December 29th, Chiron turns direct at 4:13 p.m. EST at 19 degrees Aries. The wounded healer has been retrograde for over 5 months, since July 26, and he turned retrograde at 23.5 Aries. This is a great time to take action on any healing support you need, be it physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual. Chiron is also a mentoring archetype. In what areas of your life could you benefit from the wisdom of others? These days, there's a greater need for healers and wisdom givers than ever. Are you one of these? As Chiron turns direct, is it time to increase your service in these areas? On Monday, December 30th, a new moon lines up at 5:27 p.m. EST at 9 degrees, 43 minutes Capricorn. Any Capricorn new moon is an ideal time for fresh energy toward greater maturity, responsibility, and productivity. This energy empowers you to improve your time management and plan the work and work the plan. This new moon has 4 notable aspects. A strong conjunction with warrior goddess Pallas Athena can help you be bold and stand up for a worthy cause, but you might not have to do battle. This asteroid goddess can help you be clever and strategic in achieving your goals. Can you get to a win-win solution using mediation, diplomacy, or negotiation? A tight Uranus sesquare, 135 degrees, can help you balance Capricorn's comfort with conformity and conservatism with a fresh breath of individuality. Embrace what's special and different about you, then share it with others as appropriate. Uranus can also help you receive and act on intuitive hits from your higher self. The oddball planet also hopes you'll serve others with your favorite talents and abilities. A strong Ceres semi-sextile might stir up a trauma healing opportunity, but this asteroid goddess can also bring welcome harvest and abundance. Finally, there's a loose sextile from Saturn. Since Saturn and Capricorn have the same meanings, this harmoniously reinforces the Capricorn opportunities already mentioned. Saturn's placement in Pisces expands your possibilities. This combo supports embodied awakening, law of attraction manifestation, and conscious dissolution. This new moon Sabian symbol is an albatross feeding from the hand of a sailor. This feels to me like the taming of wildness. Are there untamed parts of you that act out in undesirable ways? People are commonly hijacked by willful or wounded parts of themselves. This process is called blending by internal family systems therapy. You can avoid this by maintaining a baseline embodied awakening. By staying conscious as this higher awareness, you can see these willful parts coming. You can greet them with compassion and understanding while also letting them know that you, self with a capital S, are the boss. They're welcome to share their thoughts and emotions with you, but you'll no longer let them take over. Click the link in the show notes for internal family systems therapy resources. It's an amazing system. For a free video that will teach you how to maintain embodied awakening with surprising ease and consistency, click the link in the show notes or go to astroshaman.com/invocations. On Tuesday, December 31st, 2024's last notable astrology event is a harmonious Mercury-Chiron trine. Mercury, 19 Sagittarius, Chiron, 19 Aries. Receiving or sharing wisdom is supported both by Chiron and by Mercury's placement in Sagittarius. This is an auspicious final aspect for this year. With so many unknowns in 2025, we'll need all the wisdom we can get. Also, I'm honored to share this 5-star Amazon review of my book from Kitsy. She said, "This book really helped my spiritual journey." She said, "I love this book and the way it was written. The invocations are simple, accessible, customizable, and effective. I've been using them daily and I sleep better, feel more peaceful, and have had a large number of epiphanies in a short time. In my opinion, this book delivers on its promise as long as you do the work." End quote. My #1 bestseller is called Instant Divine Assistance, your complete guide to fast and easy spiritual awakening, healing, and more. If you like to listen, my audiobook is free if you're not yet an Audible member. Instant Divine Assistance is also available as an ebook, paperback, and hardcover. Click a link in the show notes to check it out on Audible or Amazon, or read it in Kindle Unlimited. Would you like to speed up your healing and awakening as part of an uplifting community of dedicated awakeners like you? Then check out Awakening Plus, the affordable online membership that can put your personal transformation into high gear. You can choose from about 15 Zoom calls every month, as well as an ever-expanding archive of almost 750 events that can profoundly change your life. You'll also benefit from 3 major courses and much more to help you awaken, heal, and thrive. To find out more, click the link in the show notes or visit awakeningplus.com. That's awakeningplus.com. I mentioned at the top, we have a free session winner for December. Her name is Irene, I-R-E-N-E, and this is the only Irene who has registered. So if that's you, please email me at benjamin@astroshaman.com we'll get you set up with your free session. Congratulations, Irene. And to you who is not Irene, thanks for being here. Once again, I'm Benjamin Bernstein with astroshaman.com. I can serve you with astrology readings, shamanic healing, and one-of-a-kind life coaching. And as I mentioned, I run the Awakening Plus online membership for spiritual support. You can learn all about this and more at astroshaman.com. Please reach out if you have any questions. My email is benjamin@astroshaman.com, and my number for voice and text is 828-338-9852. I'd love to connect with you. We are wrapping up. Please leave me a 5-star rating, review, or comment wherever you get this episode to help others discover it. Thank you again for spending this time with me. I wish you infinite blessings as the stars light your way.